Where is he?
You know, I've dreamed of this. You wanting something from me watching you squirm like a worm on a hook.
I'm so flattered that you dream of me. I haven't given you a thought since I left.
Obviously. You have your perfect little life, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do have a perfect little life. Yeah.
Oh, ma.
Hey, Val.
Hey, Al.
Welcome to D-Commentaries.
Thank you. Welcome to you and welcome to our listeners. Today, we're talking about Descendants 2.
And Val, what time of day is it?
It is, thanks to me and me alone, 10:01 p.m.
We got a late start today due to some scheduling conflicts on Val's end, aka she forgot.
I just
not even just forgot that we were recording. She forgot to watch the movie too.
So okay. I don't have an excuse. Like, I'm not like trying to like make an excuse. I'm a grown person who should know what day it is and when I'm doing things. But this has been a very weird week for a number of different reasons. And then this morning, when I normally would like check my email and like review my day and like what I have going on, our coffee machine broke and I like burnt my hand really badly. And so I was like completely, you know, my whole morning, like that was the first thing I did. And so like my whole morning was just completely upended. So I never actually looked at my like personal email or my personal calendar. And I just did not clock that it was Thursday and that we had this going on. And so I just like wasn't ready. And like Al texted me an hour before we were supposed to start recording, like, hey, are you ready? Still good for 7:30? I was like, nope.
Wow.
I am not.
I don't know about you listeners, but it just sounds like an excuse. Val.
I
burned my hand. I burned my hand. I was crossing a bridge and the troll wouldn't let me cross the bridge unless I answered 3 riddles.
You're right. But here's the thing. The fact that this is the first time in 4 years that this has ever happened. I'm very proud, honestly.
On both of our ends.
Yeah. Like, this is the first. And, you know, I own it. I'm glad I was the one. Like that did
still
this.
The one I love for, the one that I am strong for. Those are not the lyrics. But hey, you can't copyright me because I sang the wrong lyrics.
This is true.
Well, Val, happy to see you here at 10 p.m.
Happy to see you as well.
On a Thursday Eve.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be big. It's going to be Roxy. I wanted to say something else before we get started. I wanted to also say this, Val. Val and I looked at our reviews on Spotify for the first time in like months. And I am, with my newfound fame, you know, and like going into being a famous person, I'm going to have to really just start to accept hater comments. Mm-hmm. And so thank you to the person who listens to all of our episodes and still doesn't like
I just hate listens to all of our episodes.
And like,
it's so funny.
I mean, why are you listening then?
They're leaving comments on every episode like, this is stupid. Why did you say this word over and over? Like, I hate you guys. It's just like, what the hell?
Listen.
Just stop listening. Nobody is forcing you to listen to this.
Right? But you know what? If you're out there and still listening, you obviously like something about us. So thank you to you, listener, or any other listeners who just absolutely loathe us.
Welcome. We love you.
And I do have to say, too, I kind of forget that people we don't know also listen to this. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, yeah, it's just my friends listen to this. And we're like, it was like that one time my friend's brother-in-law ended up listening to us.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my God, how did he... Hey, brother-in-law. So I just think it's fun and funny, and happy you're still here if you're joining us in the 2016,
yeah, welcome
17,
back.
18s.
Oh my goodness. So funny. Well, we've made it. Two to 2017, as Al just said. This Descendants 2 came out almost at the exact same time, July 21st, but 2 years later from the first, 2017. So I believe Descendants 1 was like July 31st, I think. So a lot is the same as well in terms of the like business. So I'll run through it very quickly.
Cool.
Kenny Ortega directed this one as well. Just quick refresher. He directed Newsies, Hocus Pocus, Cheetah Girls 2, High School Musicals 2 and 3, and 1 through 3 of Descendants, but not beyond that.
Okay, and there's only one beyond that for now, which is called Rise of Red, which I do think is post DCOM and is Disney original movie once it moved to Disney Plus, because I remember them promoting it at Expo last year.
Gotcha. Dom and Terry's.
Dom and Terry's. I actually don't think that I like that, and I'm vetoing that for when we extend past us listening to all the and watching all the DCOMs.
Fair. It was written by the same team, Josanne McGibbon and Sarah Perriott. They've written all the Descendants stuff, or at least all the movies. The only other notable for them was Runaway Bride.
Okay.
Which we talked about last time. Dove Cameron played Mal as she did in the first movie. Just a quick reminder of her DCOMs, Cloud9, and then she's in all the Descendants. We won't go into the rest. Cameron Boyce reprised his role as Carlos. He's known for being in the Grown Ups movies, in Jessie, and then he was in Descendants 1 through 3. Rest in peace, good sir.
Did you see that even Adam Sandler in Happy Gilmore 2 like did a shout out to him?
Yes.
That was really nice.
Yeah, he said that he will never cast anyone as his son again because of this. Yeah.
I have to say, I mean, I haven't seen Descendants 3, but he is such a good actor.
I know.
And it makes me so sad. And he's just, everyone speaks so highly of him, and it's really devastating.
I know.
He's just so great.
I know. It's really sad. He's great in this. He's also an incredible dancer. I was so like focused on him during all the dance numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is missed. Boo Boo Stewart played Jay again. He is in Descendants 1 through 3 and Twilight. Was the other big thing. Sophia Carson reprised her role as Evie. We just saw her in Adventures in Babysitting, and she's also in Descendants 1 through 3.
She was just in My Oxford Year, which I watched last week. And I don't think my friend who I was talking to about this will listen to this, and I can't remember who it was. But someone I was watching that movie with, and they were like, I didn't love her because she doesn't have emotion. Like she has too much Botox. And I don't think that she has that much Botox. I think that's her face.
Yeah, I don't
like her. I watched because I was like, I just don't think, unless she got Botox at 19 or 20, which I guess she could have.
Yeah.
Her face didn't really move in Descendants 2 either. So I think she just has like good skin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not good at clocking that stuff, but like I didn't think she looked fake in any way.
Yeah.
In these.
So whatever you're doing with your face, share it with me, Sophia. Thanks.
Thank you, Sophia. Okay. Mitchell Hope reprised his role as King Ben. He's basically just in the Descendants verse. Melanie Paxson reprised her role as Fairy Godmother. She's a pretty prolific character actor, and she's also in all the Descendants stuff. Brenna D'Amico reprised her role as Jane, who is Fairy Godmother's daughter. She's also in
I found out she's from Plainfield.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Basically neighbors. She is basically just in Descendants stuff. Zachary Gibson reprised his role as Doug, the son of Dopey. He was also in Zapped, as well as being in the Descendants verse. Jedediah Goodacre reprised his role as Chad Charming. He's been in Zapped, all the Descendants stuff. I feel like he was in something else too that I forgot about.
I think he was in one other movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he was in something else, but maybe he wasn't. I don't know. Anyway, he was in those things as well as a number of other things.
He was less annoying and more fun in this one, I thought.
Yes, for sure. I mean, his whole character in this is to be kind of annoying. So
yeah.
But he was just doing his job.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diane Doan played Lonnie, the daughter of Mulan. She had more to do in this one. That was fun. She is in, I believe, just these first two Descendants. And then she's been in a bunch of stuff, most recently Grey's Anatomy. Okay, here's the new additions to, well, some are new, some are not. Bobby Moynihan was the voice of Dude, the dog. He is probably best known for being on Saturday Night Live for a number of seasons. He's also, I didn't know this until I was looking into this, but he does a ton of voice work. So a number of these are voice acting things, but he's in The Awesome Sisters, We Bear Bears, DuckTales, Mr. Mayor, Nature Cat, and Pubstruction, among some other stuff. China Anne McClain joined the cast as Uma. She was also in How to Build a Better Boy. She was in Ant Farm, and she's in the Descendants verse moving forward. She's also in Black Lightning and House of Pain.
Yeah, she was in like all of House of Pain.
Yes. Thomas Doherty played Harry Hook, the son of Captain Hook. He's in Descendants, at least Descendants 2 and 3, I think. Some other ones are The Lodge and Gossip Girls. Boy, do I love a Scottish accent, man. I could just listen to them talk forever. Dylan and I also looked it up. He is not that much younger than I am, so I feel comfortable saying that.
Great.
I literally looked it up because I was like, am I objectifying a child?
That's how I feel about Milo Manheim, but I'm like, he's an adult now. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, Thomas Doherty is currently 30. So he is like, he's only 8 years
Yeah, we're going to
younger.
say Milo Manheim is also 30.
I don't know how old he is, but sure.
He's 24.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
My dad and his new wife are 10 years apart. Me and Milo Manheim are only 8. Okay?
No judgment. No judgment. I'm 8 years apart from Thomas Doherty, so we're in the same boat.
Okay, great.
Same
we're
boat.
Fine.
Mhm.
Everyone's saying it. Everyone's saying we're fine.
Dylan Playfair played Gil, the son of Gaston. Some other things that he's been in. Some Assembly Required, the Mighty Ducks Game Changers, which was the show that came out recently, and then Letterkenny.
Oh, I've heard that's good.
Yeah, I've heard it's good too. I haven't seen it though. Anna Cathcart played Dizzy Tremaine, the granddaughter of Lady Tremaine, the wicked stepmother from Cinderella. She's adorable. She's in Descendants 2 and 3 at least. Some other notables: Odd Squad, Mistletoe Murders, and Exo Kitty.
Yeah, she's the sister in To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Oh.
So then Exo Kitty is the spin-off show that she got when she moved to Japan for high school.
Cool.
I watched it and I love her and she's so great.
That's
Exo
awesome.
Kitty is so cute.
Oh, that's great. Well, she's very sweet in this. Very cute.
Yeah.
And then we got 2 more reprisals. Dan Payne reprised his role as King Beast. He's just a big character actor, lots of stuff in his resume. And then Keegan Connor Tracy reprised her role as Queen Belle. I still maintain she does not make me think of Belle at all, but that's fine, whatever. She's also a very prolific character actor. Synopsis is as follows. When the pressure to be royally perfect gets to be too much for Mal, she returns to the Isle of the Lost. She discovers that Uma, the daughter of Ursula, has taken over as queen, and that her gang is finalizing plans to bring down the barrier. I don't know if she's taken over as queen. I mean, she's got a gang of hooligans.
High school queen.
Yeah. But otherwise, it's pretty.
She got a gang of goons.
A gang of goons. Pirate goons.
A gang of goons.
Somehow, for some reason, Gaston's son is a pirate in this.
Yeah.
The one fun fact of this movie is it is the second most watched DCOM of all time after High School Musical 2.
When was that updated, though?
No, it doesn't say when this was written. Sorry. All right, that is the business concluded. Al, I would love to hear what your first impressions were of this flick.
Thanks, Val. I like the Descendants movies. I think they're fun. I was happy during it so much where like I didn't watch or write down too many quotes just because you're like paying attention.
Neither did I. Yeah.
I really like all the characters. I was a little like frustrated with the plot at first, only because I'm like, you wanted so bad to be good, and then you gave it like 20 minutes, you know? But it's also been like 6 months where she's been trying, you know, like and it is really, truly, you know, clunky metaphor about don't stifle yourself for everyone else. And like, we want you to be who you want to be. So like it ended up working out in a way that I did not end up hating. Like, this is spoiling it. I really like the scene where Cameron Boyce is like, we're sitting down and we're talking.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Like
too.
there was still a lot of those like human parts. I felt like, I think the music in 1 is better.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 6.
Okay. Great. Love it.
Yeah, like it's good. I don't think it's better than 1. I think 1's better. But I'm really interested to know your first impressions, Val, because you said you like the Zombies movie better than you like Descendants. Oh, that's a spoiler. We haven't watched Zombies yet.
That's right. Zombies is our next episode.
Oops.
That's okay.
Sorry, sometimes we record out of order.
That's right. Slight spoiler. But yes, I liked this movie. I will start with that. I liked this movie. I think that what I just need to like accept is that it's kind of meant to be sort of like movie of the week, learn a lesson, like warm, fuzzy, like hugs kind of thing. I liked the message just like you did. I think that I actually thought it was a very like understandable thing, right? Where she sort of feels undeserving. And so she kind of like blows up her own life because she would rather fail on her own terms than like try and fail anyway. Not really realizing obviously that there's another alternative, which is succeeding. So like I did appreciate that. I liked that. I think it's just, you know, it's so like on the nose and like, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but like, I prefer this for sure to like any movie where they're sort of like, aren't we doing stupid stuff? You know, like I don't like that at all. So I would like prefer overly earnest every single time. But I think that like, I just sometimes like miss those old school DCOMs where they were just movies. Like they weren't like trying to be anything. They were just like, we're going to make a movie from the perspective of these like teenagers. Right.
Yeah.
But I liked a lot of things about this. I liked that all of them were very like true to their characters. Like I think that no one like changed from the first movie in terms of like accuracy of who they were. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like someone all of a sudden was something else. They actually
fell into themselves more.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And I really like that. It's why I often prefer television over movies in general, because like you get to spend so much more time with characters and really get to know them. And so like that is one benefit of these like franchises is that we get to know these characters more. And I did like that. I think that honestly, my biggest complaint about this movie more than anything else is I just didn't buy Uma as a villain. I don't know. Like I like China and
she's about to be in the next 2 movies.
I know. I like China Anne McClain. I even liked sort of like the costuming, like the character design. I liked the concept. But I don't know. I was saying to Allie before we started recording, like, it's really hard for me to see her as anything other than the nerd from How to Build a Better Boy. And that's not fair, I guess, of me. But like, she just comes off as like very smart and very like, I don't know. Like she
got Daniel Radcliffe by Val. Right. Where you're like, well, every time I see him, I think Harry Potter.
Right. Exactly. Like I just can't. So like buying her as sort of like this grimy, like villain character. Like
no, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. The only I maybe this is what you were gonna say. Like she is kind of meant to be sort of clever and like sneaky, and like those are qualities obviously that sort of potentially would match what I see her as in my head. But I don't know. Like like I wanted so badly to like believe it. And then like the other piece of it was, and this is spoiling, I won't say exactly it, but like the ending kind of like felt cheap to me. And like
That's
I think
exactly what I was
that
gonna
sort
say.
of like undermined her as a villain as well. So like
Yeah.
I just, that for me was the biggest issue here. Like everything
Yeah.
else, I really liked all the struggles that Mal was going through. I really liked how we got the perspective, like her friends were not just her sidekicks. Like we got each of their individual perspectives on
Yeah.
how they felt about her, how they felt about what was going on, how they felt about going back to the island, how they felt about their own like stuff going on. You know, like we got to see a lot of each of them, which was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the one thing where I was just like, I want so badly to buy this. Like I loved, in contrast, I loved Harry Hook. Like I loved him. Like I thought he was so good as that part. And like, I totally appreciate them like coming up with a clever, you know, like female like lead character and villain. Like I of course like think that's awesome, but I think just based on what I saw in this movie, I think Harry Hook would have been like a better villain in the movie. So that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah,
Please
I mean, I was going to agree
Spotify.
with you with the yeah. I was going to agree with you with the end. Like when they get in the water, the acting did not match the intensity that was needed.
No.
And that's what spoiled it for me. Like it was like fine up until then, but at that point I feel bad, but it was like kind of the editing where I'm like, she's standing in a pool of water right now.
Right.
She's standing in a pool of water right now, and has fans going on her, and she's like getting blown away.
Well, it feels like they wrote themselves into a corner, and I'm sure we'll talk more about this once we get into Spoiler City, but like it feels like they got into a situation where they literally one of them had to kill the other one.
Yeah.
And you're not going to do that in a DCOM. And I just feel like then they had this really like kind of, oh, we figured it out,
Right.
you know, at the end. And it just kind of didn't feel realistic to me. Yeah. So anyway, that was how I felt about this. Al, did you write any favorite quotes, or did you have
I
favorite
did.
moments?
I just didn't write as many as I think I usually do.
Yeah.
Come on, let me spoil you. Love that. Need me a man that'll tell me that. This was delivered in a way that I don't remember how it was, but I remember I wrote it down because of the way it was delivered. If my mother had thought that way, she would have lost the war.
Oh, it was from Mulan. It was
oh, yes. Yeah. She was like, yeah, I liked that. I was like, why did Mal say that? That doesn't make any sense. Yes, it's because it was Lonnie. So yeah, she said if my mother thought that way, she would have lost the war. Because they weren't going to let her be on the sword fighting team.
That's right.
I like that Carlos Googled how to get out of the friend zone. Also like this Carlos quote, I don't know how to start girl talk. That was cute. And then I also liked Dopey comes in and he's like accusing Evie of dating someone. And he goes, are you dating someone else? Is it Happy Son? Because let me tell you, he is not as happy as his dad. Kind of a dark streak, in fact. I thought that was so funny. And then I wrote this down. I didn't want to write it all down, but Jane's blabbering, I'm the luckiest girl. And then Carlos says, I'm the luckiest girl was so cute. Like that was just such a cute little interaction.
It was very cute.
My least favorite moments were Dove Cameron's wig in the very beginning because her eyebrows don't match. And that's why the purple's not believable, because her eyebrows are still blonde and her hair is purple and they should dye. Like, that's why people think I'm a redhead, because I make my eyebrows red. And they're like, oh, that's your natural hair. It's because it's an optical illusion. When your eyebrows are still blonde and you have purple hair, it doesn't make sense. So I didn't like that. I did not like when Chad left the key awkwardly on the trapper keeper. Why didn't he put it on the table? It was like, oh, here, yeah, let me put that down. What?
You probably thought he was being funny.
I did like, there was a sexy gum scene.
Oh yeah, with Hook.
With Hook, and he like puts the gum on his hook. And I really liked that.
I know. I'm telling you, this guy.
That was very nice. Sir, you're 30 years old. I'm 32. And then I also am going back to things I didn't like. Okay, sort of negative Nancy over here. Absolute insane dancing at the cotillion. Insane dancing. When they pull up to this boat that the cotillion is on, the dancing does not match the music at all. And these people are like, do you remember that episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where Will and Carlton are taking speed? Swear to God, all of these kids were on speed, which I think is just Adderall now. But these children were speeding. They were speeding. And then the final scene. Oh, this I did like. I liked the final scene of all the couples together. Mm-hmm. So I loved that dancing scene. Mm-hmm. I didn't like how much water was there, but I hated. There was 2 scenes where Cameron Boyce did the most dramatic knees, where it was like he was standing like regular, and then he went like he was standing and then goes. His knees just so drastically cut in. And then there was another guy who did the like where you kind of like, ooh, ooh. Oh, and he went so like starfish and his heels were pointed straight up. So not a fan of the dancing in this movie. And that's my favorite quotes or moments, which I realize you never ask my least favorite moments, but I include them anyway.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Val, what are your least favorite quotes and moments?
Thank you, Al. Quotes. Most around or involving the dog. At one point, he just goes, amaze balls. Which I just thought
I fucking hated that dog.
Of course you did. But it was just funny. Like that line in particular was very funny to me because it was so out of place. Like it was so random. Like I don't know if they just like let Bobby Moynihan improvise or what happened, but like the term amaze balls in the middle of this movie just made no sense and it made me laugh.
Bobby Moynihan didn't even know he was in Descendants. He was like, I'm here to record what? I'm doing this in my home closet.
For sure. At one point, Cameron Boyce says to the dog, dude, I know you can talk, but it doesn't always mean you should.
Yeah, me. I need to remember that for myself.
And then I think this was actually a callback to the first movie. I'm sure I'll get fact checked by our favorite fan. At the very end, Beast says, how about that son of mine? And then Bella goes, ours. Like immediately like cuts him off and it's like ours. And then he's like, our son. And I just feel like that happened in the first movie as well.
Something. Yeah. Church. But I liked that. I liked that.
The line? Christ. Yeah.
Yes. I thought it was nice.
Yeah, no, it was. Okay. Favorite moments. I think exclusively because she's so cute. I liked the makeover scene. Mm-hmm. Like she was just so enthusiastic and so cute. And I liked that. And then anything that Little Hook was in, I liked. Little Hook. And then my least favorite was probably a combination of the CGI, specifically
so bad at the
Ursula and Uma were particularly bad.
The tentacles.
Yeah, like that first shot of Ursula's tentacle when it like comes into the restaurant, I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. And then the other thing was just that I understand this entire movie's plot hinges on this fact, but I don't get why Mal can't just tell her friends and or Ben how she is feeling. Like, I literally don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, if not Ben, why can't she tell Evie how she's feeling? Like, I understand she explains it later by saying, well, you love it so much here and like, you know, whatever. And I get that. But at the same time, like, they're best friends. Like, I don't know. I just feel like Evie would have picked up on it and probably asked her about it. Like, it didn't feel realistic to me, which I understand this is the Descendants, but you know, I just didn't buy it. Anyway.
No, I mean, that's why I read not a lot of books, but I read books and I hate a romantic comedy book where if they had just communicated, you guys, if they had just fucking communicated, I guess there wouldn't have been a book. But I hate books where they just don't communicate.
Yeah. It's bad.
I'm all about communication, so
yeah, everyone needs to get better at communicating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Al, if you have nothing else that you'd like to say before we roll on down to Spoiler City, I'm ready to go.
Oh, yeah. I'm crossing that barrier. Top is off. I'm in the limo. I'm out the top. Great. Yay. We're so topless and so ready for Spoiler City. So here we are at Descendants 2. 2D to Descendant. What is it? To descend to dent. Okay. Great. So we start with evil again. We have this opening, and they're like causing chaos in school, and we're like, whoa, I thought we were in the Descendant land. Like, why are we, it's Ardon. Why are we like being mean again? And so we get this opening song called Wicked, which I was like, this doesn't hit the same as Rotten to the Core, but I get it, dancing great, wig bad. But we find out, everyone, it was a dream. I dreamed a dream that I was wicked again. And she has blonde hair now, which actually looked really good.
It did.
I think it was her real hair. And with like extensions, because it did not give wig.
Yeah, I have no idea. It looked pretty good, natural.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I liked it. Yeah. And she's like getting interviewed by everyone. It's very, she's the, next in line to be kind of queen or princess or whatever. And so she's like now in the spotlight, going from kind of queen bee of high school. Well, everyone knows me because I'm bad to like now like actual spotlight in the entire, Descendants verse. Evie is helping design a dress. She does this now for everyone on campus. And they, are talking about doing all these events where Mal is like, I am doing this. And the first thought I had was, oh my God, she is me. I am her. But then since they're a couple now, she like has to do everything with him. But you can kind of tell that she's starting to feel a little resentful about this kind of lifestyle that she's living. So much so that we find out she's been cheating with her spell book. So she's been using it to get things done or dye her hair or, and she shouldn't be. Evie called her out and was like, that should be in the museum. And she's like, no, I'm just like using it sparingly. Like, it's fine. I'm just overwhelmed. And then she even asks Evie, do you miss breaking the rules? So she's like missing her old life. So much so that she finally goes Evie to it. But Evie, I think this is why she doesn't go to her at first, Val, because Evie talks her out of it. She's like, no, you're fine. It's good. Like, no, this is where we're meant to be. Everything's good. And so maybe she doesn't think that Evie will take her seriously later. So she tried to and couldn't. We then move to the boys, where all the boys are talking about the cotillion, and Carlos asks Jay, how do you ask someone to cotillion? And it's a very cute scene. I don't know. Carlos in this is so good. Then Jane, who is the fairy godmother's daughter, is overwhelming Mal with options. She goes green-eyed, and because she realizes that cotillion is the pre-engagement. So, oh my God, my entire future is laid out for me right now, which in high school is really hard to think about. My high school sweetheart is my husband for the rest of my life. So I get that overwhelming thought. When you're 32, you're like, yeah, well, we're either getting married or we're breaking up. So there's not really, it's fine. Ben then shows up and Mal, and they have this conversation about how they keep missing one another because they're doing different events and they're missing one another. And they are talking about how it's like, their anniversary or they're celebrating, being together. And she kind of like forgot it was happening just because so much is going on. And so she's like, yeah, no, like I knew. Yeah, we're good. And he goes, oh, great. You're going to like make that thing for me that you always do.
All my favorite foods, picnic. Yeah.
Yeah. And so she's like, yep, I'm prepared. And he kind of gave her an out and she didn't take it. But then Evie and Doug are flirty. So we see them like they were flirting in the first one. So that's kind of continuing. I wrote Chad is also there. He's back. We get to the boys sword fighting. And Lonnie is there. Lonnie wants to be in the sword fighting because her mom is Mulan. And Chad says no. So, and a reminder, Chad is the
Prince
son
Charming.
of Prince Charming. So he's a little doy.
He sucks.
He sucks.
And he calls to a rule that says that only the team can only have a captain and 8 men. And so he says no, because she's not a man.
Boo.
I'll make a man.
Out of you. Carlos can't get the courage to ask Jane to the dance. Sad. But they're so cute. And then Mal's green eyes are back. She's overwhelmed. And so she goes to Carlos's room to kind of like talk to him about it. And Chad lets himself into Carlos's room with a key, which is such a funny
ongoing
scene because they're
bit.
standing in their room watching the duet. And Chad just like backs into the room. He's like, ah. And he it is an ongoing bit. It's so cute because he wants to use the 3D printer that Carlos has. And he goes, how'd you get a key, man? And he's like, I 3D printed it.
Last time.
Like, hey, leave the key. What are you doing? And that's when he put it weird on the Trapper Keeper. Which I did not know it was called the Trapper Keeper until recently. I just called it my binder when I was in 6th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Trapper Keeper, it's sort of like Kleenex. It was like a brand.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe it said it on like when I bought it on the thing, but I just realized I was like, oh yeah, my binder. I had an orange one. You know, you have all your pens and your scissors and your, everything's in there.
For sure. I had several.
Yeah. Okay. So then Mal and Carlos are talking about how he's like, I can't ask Jane to the dance. Like I really want to. And I just can't get up the courage. And so she, magics up a truth gummy and she goes, yeah, take this and you're going to tell the truth, but be aware, like you're going to tell the truth about everything. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. And so we're thinking the worst of Carlos. Oh my gosh, he's like, something's bad. Wrong. The fucking dog takes it. The fucking dog takes the truth gummy and then fucking starts talking. That's why I gave this movie a 6. And I wrote, oh boy, I hate this. We're back on the island. So that's our Auradon beginning. Now we have our island beginning. We have Ursula Kid, Hook Kid, and Gaston Kid. And they want to be in the spotlight where we have the song, What's My Name? And it's Uma. Which I liked the song, but I didn't like the Umas to start it. I really don't like those. I'm sorry, but you're all going to be subjected to it because I had to be. Then Mal and Ben have their picnic. She makes his special foods, but then he finds the spell book in the basket and finds out that she's spelling everything. And they have this big fight where, he ends up running away and he's like, why aren't you being truthful and honest? And
she runs away.
She
runs away from him. Because he says, because she unmagics the food and it's just a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and he calls after her. There's
another scene where he's the one running.
Maybe, I don't know. But he definitely is the one left standing there.
No, you're right. Because he says,
peanut butter and jelly is my favorite.
Yeah. There's another scene where someone's running and I thought it was him. But you are right. He does stay because of the peanut butter and jelly. Then they fight and then she goes back and puts her purple outfit back on. She gets her lizard mom, Kristen Chenoweth, not featured in Descendants 2.
Talk about an unresolved thing. What happened to her?
They didn't get the money for any of the parents.
Well, no, of course not. But I just meant like literally in this movie, she takes this lizard out of its cage, brings it back to the aisle,
and then
we never hear about it again.
Maybe Kristen Chenoweth comes back in Descendants 3. Okay, Evie goes to Ben and tells him that Mal has left. And she's like, Ben, we need to go get her because she left a note saying, hey, I'm done. And his ring. So the ring that he gave her, the promise ring, pre-engagement ring, she left for Ben in her room. And so Evie and Ben are like, we're going to go to the island. And she says very earnestly to Ben, if we go back, please promise me I won't get stuck there again. So Evie really has found herself, on the island, which is great. And then she goes, no, it's not just the two of us. It's the boys too. So I love this friend group. I love the 4 of them so much. Then Mal ends up, walking through all of the town She finally ends up at Lady Tremaine's hair dye because she wants to get her purple back. And that's where we meet Dizzy, who is Lady Tremaine's granddaughter. We'd never see Lady Tremaine, LOL. And Harry shows up, Harry Hook, and we find out that Uma and Mal have beef because Mal got to go to the island. Uma, stayed on the island. What makes you think you're better than me? So there's that beef. And then this is also where we have that sexy gum scene. Love that. So the group goes, and then I wrote, thank God the dog stays. We find out the dog did not stay. Then they get to the island and they teach Ben how to be bad and the song Chillin' Like a Villain, which I did like. I liked that song. Yeah. Ben runs into Mal. So they're on the island. He runs into Mal and he's like, don't you love me? And she's like, I do, but I don't love you enough to sacrifice myself. And she's like, I'm not coming home and I want to stay on the island. And she didn't say like, I love you enough because that comes back later, but like, you can tell she wants to say, I love you, but I don't love this version of myself, but she didn't know how to say it, which is why we communicate. So she breaks up with him. She's like, no, I'm staying, like, we're done. This is over. But then, dun, 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 Ben was stolen. And she says, I'll give you your Ben back, but you have to come alone. So they go to Ursula's parlor. What's that called? A bar.
The fish and chip shop. The chip shop.
As
Hook says.
Okay, Val's a little crush.
Bring
back the childhood crush square.
Adult crush. I have a very adult crush with another adult.
Bring back the adulthood crush square. So then they're arm wrestling, of all things, for if they arm wrestle and Uma wins, then she has to get the wand from Fairy Godmother's wand so that Uma can control and take down the barrier and be in charge. And then she'll give Ben back once she gets the wand. And she's like, well, if I arm wrestle and I win, then you just give me Ben back. And so then she loses, of course. So she has to go get the wand from Auradon. And Dizzy helps the girls. Evie and Dizzy missed each other. They had like a good relationship on the island. And so you can kind of see that Evie was more of like a older sister vibe to Dizzy. So that was kind of fun, which we then, find out Dizzy is also in Descendants 3. Chad is in Carlos's room again. Oh, the dog did stay. Sorry, the dog comes back later. So sorry, I just hate this dog. So the dog did stay. The dog was in Carlos's room and he spills to Chad that Ben is gone. And Lonnie was passing by the door, saw this talking dog and realized, heard the whole conversation. So Evie is on the island, is going to go back. Mal is staying. And so they sing a friendship song called Space Between, which I really loved. And I think we don't have enough friendship songs.
I agree. It was a really nice thing to see two just friends singing to each other in that way. Like, I love you. Yeah. But like, I'm going to do my own thing. Our lives are going in different directions. Yeah.
Yeah. So the boys all go back to Auradon and they run into Doug, who's confused. And Lonnie cons them into bringing her to the island. She's like, I can fight. Please let me go. I'm doing this. And so Jay's like, okay, you can come. And her and Jay kind of have like a little flirty thing too. So that's been fun. Ben, we find out, is trapped on Hook's ship. And he talks to Uma. And we find out that she's sad that she wasn't picked to be one of the kids who went to the island, which is why she's acting out. And he apologizes, which was actually really genuine. He's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't even think about the fact that there are people who would have wanted to be here. And we wanted to start with 4. And we have gotten so busy that we haven't come back to the island yet. That's on me. I'm so sorry. Like, it was very genuine. It was a nice little thing. But
I like that they make Ben an actually good leader. Like, he is a genuinely like earns the title of king. Like I think, which I think is so much better than him being kind of like a doof who just sort of stumbled into.
Right. Like, we don't want the Chad.
No.
But then the A team shows up, the Aradon team. I'm gonna keep calling them the A team. And then we get a song called "It's Going Down for Real." That's not the song because I think that's Flo Rida, but it's called "It's Going Down." I forgot to mention that they went back to Aradon and 3D printed a wand to make it look like they have the wand. It's fake. So when they get back to the ship to go rescue Ben, she's like, here, I have fairy godmother's wand, just like you asked. And she's like, prove it's real. So the dog, this is when the dog comes along. She goes, Harry, Tubble, toil and trouble, get up and walk. This dog can talk. And he starts talking. She's like, talk. And then he's like, my butt itches. And I hate it. I'm scarred from watching Animal Farm sophomore year of high school, where those animals' mouths moved so realistically and it's so fucking horrifying. So that's why I don't like talking animals. Cartoons don't count. And so she proves that like it's a real wand with the talking dog. So the A team then escapes after the fight. So they have this huge fight scene where we see everyone sword fighting and fighting.
Because they immediately find out that the wand is fake. Like the second they exchange them, they
leave, they get Ben back, and then it's wrong. And then I stopped watching because I don't care about action. So Val will fill this in.
There's nothing really you need to know. It basically plays out much like the sword fighting scene in Hook. Towards the end, where it's just like everyone fighting each other, and there's various different combos of people fighting each other and helping each other and whatever. At one point, Ben and Hook are fighting, and then he chucks his hook into the ocean. And yeah, Lonnie has a fun moment where she gives up her sword and beats the guy anyway because she's just that good. So yeah, they're like, just a sword fight. All of a sudden, everyone knows how to sword fight, which was kind of interesting. And then they get away, they go to the tube, and then they knock the stairs to the tube away so that nobody can follow them. Although I will say, with how acrobatic everyone is in this movie, I was shocked no one could just parkour their way to the tube.
Could parkour.
Yeah. So plot hole.
Yeah. So then when we're in the limo on the way back on the yellow brick road to Aradon, Ben and Mel have words. They are having words at each other. And Lonnie gets... Also, she dropped her spell book in the Isle of the Lost. Sorry. Yes. Going. No, you're good. I wrote that down, because I knew it happened there, but I didn't see it. So I was going to mention after, but I don't care. Okay. So yes, she lost it. And then on the way as well... Lonnie got invited to sword practice. Jay was like, I'm the captain. I can literally do whatever I want. And she's like, yeah. He was like, you actually were a bad bitch back there. So
I like their friendship too. Like they didn't ship them. They're just buds. I like that.
But maybe they kiss.
I mean, it's as ambiguous as the end of Mulan. So it made sense.
Maybe they kiss. Descendants 3. The big kiss.
The big kiss.
Oh my God, Val, Cotillion is tonight. Carlos stops the girls and is from talking just the two of them because they're like, we need to figure this out. And he was like, no. I want to be involved. We are all friends. We're doing this together. Mal fully breaks down and is like, this is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling ostracized, not myself, all of these things. And I wrote Boo Boo, whose name I can't remember, says, come to Cotillion. And Jay remembered it immediately after I started typing. So he's trying to get everyone to Cotillion, and he's like, Mal, come to Cotillion tonight. And if after today you really feel like you can't do it, then tomorrow I will personally drive you back, which I like. All these friendships are so strong. I like the Descendants.
I know.
Okay. So Jay is like, okay, we're going to have a new person on the sword fighting team. And she comes in and he goes, this is your captain now. Oh,
because the rule says you can only have a captain and 8 men. It doesn't say that the captain has to be a man. And so that's how he got past the rule.
Yes. So now she, for very quickly, runs them doing 10 push-ups. She fully steps on Chad's back, which was so funny. If you watch this, like they zoom out and you can see her do that. It's very funny.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Carlos finally asks out Jane, which we love. Such a cute scene.
So cute.
She's like talking on the phone. He's trying to ask her out. And he's like, no, do you want to go? She goes, yeah, catch the limo with us at 6:00. He was like, no, will you go with me? And she goes, yeah, that's fine. Like, well, whatever. And he like pulls her phone down. He goes, no, will you be my date? And they're like, oh,
So cute.
And then he asks her out too. He's like, and if you don't have a bad time,
And
would you
you're like,
maybe
right.
want to be boyfriend, girlfriend?
and you're like, oh my God, maybe they kiss.
Cute.
Okay. Then Chad is in Carlos's room again. Why? He printed a crown. But then we find out Chad's not even going to be at Cotillion because Audrey from Descendants won. Her carriage broke down 6 hours away, and he's like, I gotta go save her, which, you know, is the Prince Charming of it all, which is so funny. But
That's
I kind of
true.
miss Chad's dancing at the Cotillion. We never got that. So we get to Cotillion. They both show up. Mal shows up, even though she's wearing her yellow and blue for the beast, but her hair's still purple, so it's still kind of her. But then Ben shows up. Who's he with, Val?
Oh, Mom. That truly caught me off guard. I was like, what is going on?
Shocked. I was shocked. And I think I've seen this movie before now.
At first, I just thought he had like brought her, like, because she had said she wanted to come. So I was like, oh, okay, like he's doing this nice thing for her right now. And then when he like knelt down and kissed her hand, I was like, wait, what the hell's going on?
So Val is saying, everyone, that it turns out that he's like, no, Mal, I'm not in love with you. I'm in love with Uma. We really shared a moment on the boat, and everyone's shocked.
He also says, now I understand why you never said you loved me. It's because we weren't meant to be together. I was meant to be with Uma. So like, it's all kind of playing in.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. So I wrote, he's fucking cursed. He's fucking cursed. This isn't the Ben we know. This isn't the Ben we know, especially from someone who didn't know she lost her spell book because she stopped watching the action. Okay, so then we're like, okay, everyone can kind of tell that something's wrong with Ben.
Something's wrong,
something's up with Ben. Something's up with Ben.
I'm so tired.
Okay. And something I didn't mention throughout this entire episode is that Jane was working on stained glass. Belle and Beast have stained glass, and Aurora and Prince Philip have stained glass. So they're making one for Ben and Mal. And so Jane, throughout the entire thing, is like, this color, that. And he goes, make sure her eyes are green. Make sure her eyes are green. And he got the neon green of her eyes correct. So Jane goes, show the stained glass, because she knows, like, oh, if they see what he did for each other, they'll like remember that they love one another. And I wrote, it's exactly how it's supposed to look from the iPad. We weren't shocked at all by anything. I mean, we knew it was coming. Okay. But then the big turn of events is that she's in her purple and green. So the way that he sees her is her true self of green eyes, purple hair, purple and green clothes. She doesn't need to conform to what he wants, because the reason that he likes her is the original her. So she's like, you've seen the real me. Like, I see this now. Like, I didn't know this before because I thought that I was doing this thing. It was my own kind of blinders, but like, I understand now. And then he like yells at his dad, and everyone's like, whoa. And he said, bring down the barrier right now, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But then because of that, Mal is like, oh my gosh, I lost my book. I know that Uma used a spell on him. And so she starts professing her love. And she's like, oh my gosh, I love you so much. I love us, this and that. And then guess what? They kiss. True love's kiss. Evie even says that. She goes, true love's kiss always works, or something like that. I don't know what she said.
Never fails.
Never fails. And her forehead didn't move the whole time. And Uma tries to escape, and she jumps overboard after her necklace started glowing, and it causes like an Ursula breakdown in the water. This is the part that me and Val are like, okay. And Mal turns into a dragon, and that's the part where me and Val are like, okay. So then Ben jumps in the water and asks, it looks awful.
And then before he jumps in the water, he roars as if he's like about to beast out. Like, I thought he was going to like turn into the beast. which would have at least made a little bit more sense because they were all like turning into their things, right? No, he's just Ben.
No, he just went beast mode. I'm going
just
beast
Ben
mode.
treading water between a dragon and a giant sea witch.
And he literally just like,
guys, can't we just be friends?
Yeah, he's like, I literally wrote, Ben jumps in the water and asks them to stop fighting, blah, 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 respect. Because he was like, we just need to respect each other.
I know. And then Uma's just like, yeah, you're right. And just swims away. I was like, what the hell? I literally wrote, how did they finish this? Do they have to kill each other? Like, because literally, like, up until he jumps in the water, they're just fighting each other. Like, they're physically fighting each other. And it's like, how could this possibly like, resolve itself? Yeah. And it was just so bizarre. And then, he just sort of talks them down and like Uma just swims off.
Makes no sense. But that's why she's in 2 and season 3 and 4. So. But then Mal comes back into human form and it turns her dress into the green and purple dress that's in the stained glass. And her hair, still with the bangs, is now curly. And then Evie goes up to Ben and is like, okay, but can we like please get a couple more kids over here? Dizzy specifically. And he goes, give me a list of all the kids that want to come. So maybe Uma does get a chance in Descendants 3. We'll find out. Mm-hmm. And then the spell book we did find was Uma's, and it was left under the deck. Below deck. That's what it's called. And Fairy Godmother will put it in a museum, which was a funny thing where it's like, she goes, I think that Fairy Godmother, and she like pushes through the crowd and he's like, me, I'm here. Yeah, I'll take that. And then we end with the insane dancing of the song You and Me. You and me and you,
but there are 2 scenes after that. There's definitely the Uma scene. I feel like there's something else. Oh, okay. So at the very end, there's definitely I was kind of fast forwarding because it was right before I came down here and I was trying to get down here. But there's definitely a scene with Uma where we see her again and she's like, what? You thought I was done or something like that? So like clearly she's setting herself up as the villain next time. But I feel like there was something else too. And now I can't remember what it was. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
I don't remember. That's the end of the movie.
Wee! Good job.
Thanks.
All right, Al.
Yeah.
Anything else before we hop on over to the bingo?
Oh, the only thing I wanted to mention was that I did really like the soundtrack in this one, where when they were highlighting the different kids, the style of music that was playing was themed. So when Uma and oh my God, wait, this is a hell of a nod. Holy shit, I'm just realizing this poll. When Uma and Ben are dancing on the deck of the ship, it's like when Vanessa and Ariel, because they're playing Kiss the Girl. It's like literally the same exact fucking storyline.
Yeah, it's the same.
Like he's cursed.
Yeah.
Mal didn't have a voice. Mal didn't have her, like, she didn't have her voice because she was like, couldn't speak up herself. Oh my God, I just realized that. Okay, but they were playing Kiss the Girl. During the fighting scenes, it felt very Pirates of the Caribbean. And there's another part where I was like, this music, oh, maybe Mulan. It was like, when Lonnie was fighting, maybe. It was kind of giving, I'll Make a Man.
Nice.
I don't know. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely played that version of Kiss the Girl a couple times.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, let's go to bingo. Let's Ara don this thing. Okay. That didn't make sense. It's so fucking late. Okay.
It's so late. One hit wonder song. No.
Be careful, Val.
I know. This was one of the comments we got. We got yelled at because we got this answer objectively wrong, apparently, in one of our episodes.
I'm still thinking about it.
But in this one, it is objectively not a one-hit wonder because they're all by the same people and they're all the same.
And they all come back.
Yeah. So, no.
Yeah. Breaking the fourth wall, looking into the camera.
I didn't. Oh, wait. Yes. Uma at the very end. She talks right to the camera.
Uma. Yes. Okay.
Uma. Perfect. Holiday themed. No.
Clunky metaphor.
So, oh God, I had one and now I just forgot it. Was it her hair dye? There was oh no, it was the well, I actually thought of one as we were talking as well. But so like obviously her kind of like covering her real self physically is a metaphor for like what she was doing emotionally, right? Like she was hiding her true self, whatever. But also her like relying on the spells and sort of being like, well, I'm just doing it a little bit, you know, kind of thing, like felt very like druggy to me. Like it was very like, well, I'm just, you know, it's just to get by, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting.
So is that a clunky metaphor?
Well, no, I mean the other one
Oh
I
my
thought
God,
of
I can't
before.
believe these kids are doing drugs.
The blonde thing, the like covering up
her hair. Yeah.
Yeah, metaphorically. Yes. Parents who just don't get it. No, there's like barely any parents in this movie.
Yeah. Cool non-parent adult. No, there's no adults in this movie.
Well, there's fairy godmother. Do you count her? Or
She's
Lumiere at the end.
Oh, Lumiere's cool. We're counting him. Because technically fairy godmother is Jane's parent.
That's true. That's true. Someone too famous for a TV movie. No.
No. Competition to resolve central problem. No.
A montage sequence. Yep.
Yes.
Makeover and a number of other ones, I feel like. A lot of songs or montages.
Yeah. Cliche villains. I would say that's the entire movie.
Mm-hmm. Clothes or item you owned.
My prom dress was purple and white. Does that count? No. Rotten Tomatoes 40 to 60.
Okay. So this is the second most watched DCOM of all time. So I'm gonna say it's 73.
83.
Wow. Okay. Happily ever after. Yes, until Uma comes back, I guess.
Does that count then?
I think so, because
they don't know any different.
Right, exactly. They're happy.
Cool. Almost kissing.
Well,
there's a
real
lot
kisses.
of almost kissing between a lot of people in this movie.
Yes, and there's real kisses. So there's
real kisses, and what do I always say, Val?
A real kiss starts as an almost kiss.
Yep. You have to almost kiss in order to real kiss. Thank you.
Someone who became famous.
The whole cast.
All of them.
Betraying one's real friends or values. I would say Val betrayed her real friends.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Narrator. No.
And
I think there was one at the beginning of the first one, so they dropped it. They just went straight into a musical number.
Wow, isn't that amazing? Obviously, bad special effects or stunts. Yes, Val.
Yes,
next box.
yes. Disney Channel star. Yes.
All of them. Musical number.
So many. Magic. Yes.
Yeah, I love the Magic Box. Someone says the title of a movie. No. They don't say Descendants.
No. They never do. No. Scooby-Doo. I don't think so. I mean, kind of when they're in the island, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't think I count it.
The heroes create the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mal does that.
Mm-hmm. If she hadn't have left, then none of this would have happened.
So true.
Lead is a fish out of water. Well,
she kind of starts as a fish out of water, which is why she's struggling with it.
And Ben goes to the aisle and there's a whole scene. I mean, the whole musical number of Chillin' Like a Villain is like teaching him how to not stand out.
I like that poll. All right, great job, Val. To the surprise of no one, we got one bingo.
Yay!
For not getting a lot of boxes, I feel like we missed some big ones today. I guess we did get a lot. They just aren't in the right spots. But yeah, we got one. We got our G column, clunky metaphor, montage sequence, almost kissing, Disney Channel star, and the heroes create the problem.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Now we have just a little bit of time left to do a game. I think I've maybe done something like this before.
Okay.
But I think it's different enough, or it's been 4 years since I've done it. So, Val, this game is called To Descend to Dent. Can you acknowledge whether this is a real sequel, movie name, or not?
Oh, yeah. We definitely have done this, but I love this. Great.
We did something regarding sequels. I think what we did was, is it a real sequel or not? But maybe, I don't know. Or like, does this movie have a sequel or not?
Yeah, something like that.
And then
something
this one
around
is,
sequels.
Yeah. And then this one is this the actual name of the sequel?
Got it. Okay.
All right. So these are all sequels. Okay. Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2.
Yes.
That's correct. Number 2, Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel.
Yes.
That is correct.
I know that one for sure.
I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes.
Dumb and Dumber 2, but it's spelled T-O.
Ooh, because I know they did like Dumb and Dumber or something like that, but I don't know if they also did that. I'm gonna say no.
That's incorrect. That is the correct title. A Good Day to Die Hard.
Yes.
That is correct. My favorite, Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
I feel like that's always the one everyone goes for. Of like, it's either too Fast, Too Furious, or like Descendants, Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo for sure.
Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous.
Ooh, yes.
Yes, that's correct. Animal House, Senior Year.
Ooh, I didn't even know they had a sequel. No.
That's correct, because it's a movie I made up.
Animal House is one of my dad's favorite movies of all time.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blue.
No, it's red, white, and pink, isn't it?
No, Val, you are so close. It's blonde.
Oh, okay.
Yay. Well, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 9 right.
Yay.
Yay. Amazing. Thanks for playing to Descendants.
Oh, Al,
yes.
Thank you for staying up late and doing
You're
this.
so welcome. Well, I did say to Val earlier, I was like, Val, you go to bed so much earlier than I do. This is, I mean, I'm just now like
I
winding
caused
down
this, so
You
like
did. Well,
I
you did, so.
earned it, whereas you did not. So I appreciate you.
No problem. I still got to get out of my house. I went on a walk. I went to the driving range.
Yeah,
I had 2 little cheese roll-ups. I'm good.
Amazing. I'm glad you
Nice.
had a nice night prior to this.
You bathed your child.
I did.
You had a nice night too.
I did.
And then watched Descendants too.
And then watched Descendants too.
Just like our ancestors asked for. Val, what are we watching next week?
We are watching Zombies.
Yay! And we haven't watched it yet. Have we?
Wait, no,
I've never seen Zombies yet.
Nope. Have not ever seen it.
Not never. No, why never? All right. Well, thank you so much for listening this far.
Yes.
I will say, please go post maybe a nice comment on one of our episodes.
I was just gonna say, keep shit posting on our stuff.
Val wants you to keep shit posting.
No.
I don't have the mental bandwidth for that.
Here's the thing. Whether or not you care or whatever, or will ever hear this, any engagement is good engagement from like a marketing perspective. So if you hate our calls on bingo, if you don't like the language we use, whatever,
loser, double loser, as if, whatever, get the picture, duh.
Exactly, Al. But yeah, please, like, subscribe, leave a review, and go ahead and, if you didn't know this, you can leave individual comments on individual episodes in Spotify.
Tell
and
me
we will get
your
them.
least and most favorite thing about me. Except for not the least favorite thing, because it might make me spiral. I'm not in a good mental place right now. Okay, thanks everyone. Love you guys.
I'm like delirious right now.
Bye now.
Bye, Al. This podcast was produced by me.
And me.
And it was edited by me.
The music was composed by Michael McNally.
You can find us online at thetridentnetwork.com/dcommentaries-pod.
And you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at dcommentaries.
D-Commentaries is a part of the Trident Network. To learn more about our videos, live shows, and other podcasts, please visit thetridentnetwork.com.
Disney Channel original movies.
Damn it, Allie.